Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Texas DPS Credit Union's 69th Annual Membership Business Meeting. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to be here with us. My name is Sarah Worth, and I am the AVP and Director of Marketing here at the Credit Union. Before we begin, I would like to go over a few housekeeping items. All participants will be muted during the presentation. You can adjust your audio settings by clicking on the audio settings button on your device. If you are unable to hear the meeting through your device speakers, please join via phone. Tonight's meeting will be recorded and available on our website after the presentation in coming weeks, along with presentation materials. We will also have a question and answer session at the end of the meeting. Please feel free to submit questions at any time throughout the meeting. Questions relevant to the entire membership will be answered live, and those pertaining to an individual will be addressed individually via email. Now, I'd like to introduce our speakers for this evening. We have David Uten, Texas DPS Credit Union's Board Chair, Donna Sauls, our Board Vice Chair, Michael Black, our Board Treasurer, and Cassie Sass, Texas DPS Credit Union's President and CEO. I now welcome David Uten to the podium to begin the meeting.
Thank you, Sarah. Good evening and welcome to tonight's meeting. My name is David Uten, and as she said, I'm Chairman of the Board of Directors, and at this point, I will call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum, and I will appoint Sarah Worth as Recording Secretary and Bob Gadberry as our Parliamentarian. And I am just one part of a very dedicated board of directors and other volunteers that work with Cassie Sass, our CEO, and the great employees that make up our credit union. And at this point, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to our board of directors. You have Donna Sauls, who is our vice chair, Paul Jordan, secretary, Michael Black, treasurer, and Kent Radney, Joe Morris, and Rhonda Lawson as board members. We also have two advisory board members and two associate board members. Bob Gadberry and Mary Lauderdale are our advisory board members, and David Palmer and Juan Rojas are our associate board members. On the screen at this point, you should see a copy of last year's 68th annual membership meeting minutes. A copy of the minutes was provided prior to the meeting and is viewable on the website blog as well. At this point, if there are any corrections to the meeting minutes, please add your comments in the chat section at the bottom of your screen. And I will give you just a short period of time in case anybody spots something. Sarah, you seen anything?
Nope.
Okay, so far, and I know this is a relatively short period of time, but if you do see some corrections, you can always still submit via the chat, and we will take those up as necessary. So at this point, if there is no corrections, the meeting minutes are approved as distributed. And I will now present my report for the evening. As I pointed out this time last year, and as you personally know, we continue to be living in difficult economic times, which creates a certain number of challenges, not only for you, but for your credit union. With that in mind, we want you to know that the credit union remains strong financially and continues to work to provide you with the best possible rates and financial products. As we all know, the competition for your hard-earned dollars is probably at an all-time high. And we certainly appreciate your loyalty. Thank you very much. We only exist to serve you, the members, and with your continued support and the excellent staff and leadership of the credit union, we will continue to remain strong. Thank you. And at this point, I'd like to welcome Donna Sauls, our vice chair to the board, to present this year's audit report. Donna.
Thank you, David. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I will present this year's audit report. The credit union utilized the support of an independent auditing firm Harold Antow and Company to ensure effectiveness of internal checks and balances, adherence to established policies and procedures, and the overall safety and soundness of the credit union. The other supervisory committee audit conducted by Harold Antow and Company as of December 31st, 2022 indicated that the overall records and operations of the credit union were found to be in good condition. Based on the information gathered from the auditing firm and internal audits, it is the board's opinion that the credit union is financially sound and the interest of its member owners are being well served. I would now like to turn it over to our president and CEO, Cassie Sass, to present this year's president's report.
Thank you, Donna. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cassie Sass, President and CEO of Texas DPS Credit Union. As always, I would like to thank you for joining us tonight and for taking an active role in your credit union. We all know that credit unions are different. That's why we're here tonight, right? As members, you are equal owners of the credit union, and we are accountable to you. You make the decisions and participate through your vote, and we appreciate you. I'm pleased to reflect on the journey we've shared in 2023 and extend my gratitude for the continued trust in Texas DPS Credit Union. With a dynamic financial landscape, our credit union has weathered the challenges of 2023, thanks to your unwavering support. While growth is critical to financial viability, our primary goal is to work in the best interest of our members and provide value across the gamut of financial needs. I'm proud that our employees know that we exist to serve you, our members, not to earn record profits or increase the stock prices. We will continue offering competitive rates and the security and technology to manage your financial lives both safely and conveniently. In 2023, the financial services industry underwent significant transformation. Federal Reserve rate hikes, elevated yet cooling inflation, economic shifts, technological advancements, and increasing consumer expectations. Through it all, Texas DPS Credit Union has been resilient, adapting and innovating to meet the evolving needs of our members. Our commitment to financial inclusion, personalized service, and community engagement endured. I'm proud to report that Texas DPS Credit Union has maintained a solid fiscal position despite economic headwinds. Our financial management, coupled with the loyalty of you, our members, has allowed us to offer competitive rates and expand our suite of financial management tools. Each year brings new opportunities for all of us at Texas DPS Credit Union to create financial solutions for you. And we're excited about the possibilities and challenges that await us in 2024. We remain dedicated to empowering financial well-being, enabling transportation through affordable auto loans, helping create safety nets of personal savings, freeing people from excessive debt and predatory lending, and repairing credit. It's how we strive to educate, enhance, and empower you in every way. We are committed to making a positive impact in the lives of our members and the communities we serve. This year, our credit union is celebrating its 70th birthday, and I'm privileged to be a part of this organization and its continued growth and success as we move into the future. We have an excellent team of professionals who report to work every day with the intention of helping our members meet their financial goals. This credit union's accomplishments would not be possible without their energy, commitment, and belief in our vision. We also have extremely dedicated volunteers that serve on our board of directors who share an enormous amount of their time, knowledge, and expertise in guiding this organization. I thank you all. I want to express my deepest appreciation to you, our members, for your trust and your partnership. Your support is the driving force behind our success, and we are eager to continue growing together in the coming years. I wish you and your family a healthy and prosperous 2024. At this time, I'd like to introduce Michael Black, our board treasurer, to present this year's treasurer's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will be presenting the 2023 Treasurer's Report. Despite the challenges brought on in 2023, last year marked another solid financial year for the Texas DPS Credit Union. With a healthy balance sheet and income statement, we ended the year with over $96.8 million in assets. Due to higher interest rates, inflation, and the rising cost of living in 2023, member behavior shifted. Rather than borrowing funds for new vehicles and home purchases, members utilized their savings to pay down debt to make ends meet. The credit union experienced a decrease in share and loan balances for the first time in over a decade. Borrowers also struggled with the ability to repay loans due to the economic conditions. And we saw an increase in our delinquent and charged off loans. Despite the increase, the credit union losses were well within the expected tolerances, much lower than our peers. And the loan portfolio continues to perform extremely well. The credit union is well capitalized, and this strong capital position allows us to balance member needs and financial stability. With a rising rate environment in 2023, the credit union was able to increase our loan interest income by over 14% over the previous year. And our investment income also rose by over 31%. The credit union's investment portfolio continues to provide strong returns while making low risk, safety, and security for the credit union. In 2023, many members took advantage of the higher deposit rates and invested in share certificates, which drastically increased our dividend expense by over 66%. Despite the increased expense from our cost of funds and provisions for credit loss, the credit union was able to add over $679,000 in net income to our capital. This addition brings our net worth ratio to 10.44%. Which is an increase of 1.45% over 2022. I'm proud to report that the Texas DPS Credit Union continues to thrive and provide valuable financial services to our membership throughout the state of Texas. Texas DPS Credit Union is healthy, and your credit union remains committed to continued safety and soundness while seeking to enhance the value of your membership. We look forward to another great year in 2024. I will now call Donna back to the podium to announce the elected directors.
Thank you, Michael. In accordance with the bylaws, election procedures, the nominating committee comprised of Kent Radney, Rhonda Lawson, and Michael Black notified the board of directors in November 2023 of the two candidates up for election to serve three-year term. The nominating committee's candidates are David Uten and Paul Jordan. The nominating committee sent out communication to the membership in the fourth quarter newsletter about the nominees submitted and advised of the petition process to add candidates to the ballot. As there were no candidates added by petition, the two candidates presented by the nominating committee are elected to the board of directors. We thank David and Paul for their continued service. Also, thank you to Kemp, Rhonda, and Michael for your hard work as a member of the nominating committee, and to the applicants we received and reviewed during the election process for their enthusiasm and interest in joining the board. I now welcome David back to the podium to cover any unfinished and new business.
Thank you, Donna. At this time, we do not have any unfinished business to report, but we do have one issue of new business. In 2023, the Texas DPS Credit Union applied to the Texas Credit Union Department to adopt the most current version of the standard credit union bylaws and amendments to section 3.05A, 5.01B, 5.01F, and 5.04B. A copy of the amended bylaws is available for viewing on the Texas DPS Credit Union website. We will now move on to the question and answer section. So Sarah, so far, do you have any questions that have been submitted?
Yes, we have received one. They are asking, do you foresee ever going back to live in-person annual meetings? If so, when?
I can address it if you want, David.
All right, well, I think maybe both of us,
Yeah.
can do that. I mean, I know, some of you especially remember when we used to have, very large meetings, which, over at the DPS cafeteria. And, and COVID pretty much shut that down. We wound up going to, the, remote, which we're still doing. Is it possible we'll go, I know last year we had kind of a combined, we went via Zoom. And we also opened up the credit union and we had, 6 to 8 people show up, to attend the meeting in person. Because of the low turnout, I think is part of the reason we went back to a Zoom meeting this year. And of course, it's also available, easier for everybody statewide. So, Cassie, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, that's exactly what I was gonna say. If we do, if you guys do want to come forward, the more of you that reach out to us and let us know that you are interested in in-person participation, then we would definitely, go back to inviting you guys here and we can hold it here and do it virtually as well. We just, like David said, we didn't have the participation in person last year, to continue offering it that way. And virtually, since we've started it, we've had a great turnout, and a lot of people who do join via Zoom, so.
Okay. Sarah, any other questions so far?
You're good to proceed.
No additional questions? Okay, if you do happen to think of an additional question, feel free to contact the credit union and they'll certainly address your question. So if there are no further questions, we're going to wrap up the meeting. And on behalf of the board of directors, management, and the staff of the credit union, we'd like to wish you a 2024 filled with prosperity and well-being. This concludes the 69th annual membership business meeting. And at this point, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you.